Lady Gaga Harley Quinn. Can you believe it? Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. On today's show, the Persuasion trailer drops on Netflix, One Punch Man gets a movie, Scream 6 has a location change, and the early Lightyear reviews are in. But we start off today's show by talking about the big news, Joker 2, Lady Gaga in talks to be Harley Quinn. Now, I think a lot of people out there would prefer it to be fully announced that she's going to be Harley Quinn. But we saw earlier this week that Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix were reading the script that Todd Phillips had written for Joker 2. But there's some more news here that we're going to be talking about, and it's the fact that it's going to be a musical sequel? Musical sequel to Joker 2. So that's why people are talking about Lady Gaga early in talks. Now we know from the past that Todd Phillips has been given a little bit more leeway and control in projects over there in the DCEU, even though it's not really DCEU. This version of Joker's not that. So any comparison to the Margot Robbie Joker, it's not going to be there because it's a different side story. But the fact that we're going to probably get a Joker 2 with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, that fascinates me. What gives me pause, which I think a lot of people will admit, is that it's going to be a musical. So we'll talk about this little article that came out. And everybody's been talking about this is going to be the big story of the day, guys. It's going to be across all the trades, and because it's big. Because Lady Gaga. Now, I guess that she won't be playing Harley Quinn fully. She'll be Harley Quinzel, the psychiatrist that comes in to deal with Joker in Arkham Asylum that we saw at the end of the first movie, Joker. So I'm guessing they'll meet, then she'll get coerced by him and fall for him, and then by the end they'll break out together perhaps, and she'll become fully Harley Quinn. And I don't know if we'll see her in any of the classic costumes or anything like that, but I think that'll give a lot of people interest in it. But we'll talk a little bit about the reactions to the musical part here in just a few moments, because I think for the most part, people would just prefer to see a straight-up movie. But making it a musical would make it a little bit different, something that people wouldn't expect. And why would it be a musical? So my theory is that Joker, well, this art, his name isn't art anymore, right? This version, Joaquin Phoenix, was a stand-up comic, right? He wanted to entertain people. I'm thinking that perhaps maybe Harley Quinzel in this version wants to also be a singer, so they'll relate and bond over that, and then they'll realize that they have the same goals, and he'll use that to try to get into her mind, and that's how they get into that, what did they call the script there, guys? Folie à deux. So, which means we saw this when this story broke, that it's like a psychological term for when two people fall under the same kind of delusions and stuff like that, right? So that title pretty much gives it away that it's going to be a Harley Quinn story. And yeah, there's that picture that we saw of Joaquin Phoenix reading the script. But a musical, well, you know this, Joaquin did sing in that Johnny Cash biopic, Walk the Line. He did sing those songs, so he can sing. And we know that, obviously, Lady Gaga can sing. And I saw reports out there that, like, her PR team and her friends were starting to make friends. They were friending Todd Phillips on his social media, so the drive is there probably from her team to make this happen. Guys, say what you will about House of Gucci or whatever. Lady Gaga is a talented person, not only as a singer and as an artist, continuing that artistry into acting. She is just a powerhouse. A powerhouse. Glass Vikings in live chat says, Joker was a melancholic tale with a manic ending. How will Lady Gaga add to this mayhem? This will be a dense sequel. Well, yeah. And I don't think it'll be a full-blown musical where they sing all the time. I think it'll have talking parts with some musical numbers, sort of like what Moulin Rouge was. Yeah. it won't be the fully traditional musical in the sense that I'm talking about. But let's take a look at some of the reactions out there, because while the big trades don't allow you to make comments, we'll take a look at this site here, because everybody's going to be running with this. This is on coming soon, so we'll be able to take a look at some of the comments that people are making out there to see what kind of buzz about this we can discern. I thought about watching the first one, but now I won't, since they are turning it into a circus show. What a waste. And it makes no sense. Well, hey, outraged. If you've never saw the first one and you think that, then I'm not going to even bother finish reading that comment. If Harley Quinn is a singer and there are scenes where she's on stage singing as in her career, I'm okay with it. Yeah, and that's what I said. If Harley Quinzel is got like a singing desire, then perhaps that's how they relate, because he wanted to be stand-up comic. If it is a movie where normal things are happening and everyone breaks into a song and dance number, puke. I hate musicals. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think it'll be a full-blown musical, but I think it will have musical numbers. It'll be very interesting. Name a musical that did well, Mike says. No thanks. Grease? Did Grease? I thought Grease kind of bombed when it first came out, but then it got the cult following. Musical that did well, Rocky Horror Picture Show. I would say that West Side Story from last year, but that only got critical acclaim. It didn't get monetary gain acclaim because it kind of bombed. But from Joker to a joke sounds awful. A frackin' musical, gag me. So yeah, so that's the one thing that we kind of have to take away from this, is that it is a musical, and there is the potential there to perhaps step on the toes of the fan base, because it's either going to be very, very good and awesome, and people will really like it, or it's going to be a tremendous and awful endeavor at the theater, and it'll bomb. It'll get hated unitedly. And the odds of that happening, of it being hated and not liked, the odds of that happening are a lot higher than that little chance of it being totally awesome. But Todd Phillips, we got to trust him, guys. It looks like, he has control over the Joker projects, and Lady Gaga's so talented, guys. I would just wait till we get to see some of the footage. Wait till we get to see some of the way that she's going to look. I think it'll be awesome if she gets this role. Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, or Harley Quinzel. I think, playing off a powerhouse like Joaquin Phoenix, I think that's a good mix. And of course, everybody out there, because the story broke, everybody's going to be trying to make up their little fan art images. So we're going to get inundated with this stuff. Boss Logic over on his social media put up a mock image of it. Now, I don't think she'll be this version of Harley Quinn with the hammer and such yet. As I said, I think it'll be mostly them in Arkham, and then at the end they'll break out perhaps. So I don't even know if she'll have makeup on. It really depends, because they're going for a different version here, the different version of what Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is, and I have no problem with that. I got no problem with that. So what do you guys think about that story? Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. I'll keep my eye on this for sure. This is developing so fast. Man, if this movie comes out like next year, if they start filming it this year and it comes out next year, that would be awesome. But I would think 2024 is when we'll see Joker 2. But let me know what you guys think, and let me know in the comments below. You're watching Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. If you don't know, we do a daily movie news show, 12 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday, here on the Mirror Domains YouTube channel. And if you follow us in the live chat, I'll talk with you guys in between these stories. If not, hey, look down in the comments below, and you'll see some time codes for you guys linked in the description for you to follow along. Lightyear comes out this weekend, guys. Lightyear, and the early reviews are out now. Chris Evans voices the big screen Space Ranger who became a Toy Story action figure in this adventure spin-off, sci-fi adventure spin-off. So everybody's going to be coming out with their reviews now. And, well, hey, you know what? It's Tuesday. It opens Thursday now, pretty much. So if you're going to go see it, you're going to go see it. And I think that this movie has potential to unseat Jurassic World Dominion, because I think Jurassic World Dominion is going to drop down to about 70 million this weekend, which will be a 50% drop. It could drop more than that, but I think Lightyear has the potential to make more than 70 million this weekend. It's an hour and 45 minutes, and I liked all the trailers for this and all of the early reviews that we saw coming out of this. Like, if you go over and read the reviews that are out now on all the big trades and such like that, your favorite reviewers out there will probably have something up later on today. It's got some good buzz, so hopefully it'll have some good momentum. Let's take a look at the tomato meter right now as of 12:11 p.m. on June 14th. 82% with 87 reviews. So that's a little bit lower than I thought for Lightyear, but that's okay. I don't think that... well, I thought it would be a little bit maybe lower 90s, but let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews. Let's take a look at a... Let's take a look at a positive one first here. From The Observer. Lightyear has things to say about ambition and connection, self-reliance and absolution. And that just scratches its supernaturally shiny surface. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to win over... Those adjectives are going to win over a lot of... fans, or I don't even know what that... Ambition and connection, self-reliance and absolution. Good. That's something that all kids need, is absolution. Let's take a look at a rotten review here. A dead-end wrong turn in the usually boundless Pixar universe, says Associated Press. Another bad one from Time Out says Lightyear feels like that horrible moment when you broke a much-loved toy. Okay. Well, whatever. Another rotten one says from Time Magazine, its plot is so hopelessly, desperately Christopher Nolan-style meta that it caves in on itself. Now, that's a comparison that I never would make with Christopher Nolan in a Pixar film. Yeah. Okay, let's just continue on with the good ones here. Despite its messy plot and underwhelming villain, the strong voice performances and stunning visuals, and of course, Socks the Cat, make Lightyear a solid space adventure, and that's the big selling right there, guys. Socks the Cat, and we saw in the trailers that Socks the Cat is going to have a huge impact in this movie, because it's just going to get the cat lovers and the animal lovers out there. Regardless of how good the movie is, people will like it. Hey, it worked for the Porgs in The Last Jedi, yeah. But, you know, I saw the cat and I thought, yeah, I think it's going to be a highlight for sure. So I don't disagree with that. Let's take a look at one more here from Flick Direct that says Lightyear is not only an entertaining film that both children and adults will enjoy, but it's interesting to learn the beloved character's backstory. Good. And yes, we know that Lightyear is about the actual person that the toy was based off of. So that's why we have Chris Evans voicing it. And that's good. That's good. And I'm hyped for this, guys. Lightyear. Early buzz is coming in. We'll probably be tracking Lightyear for the rest of the week. You know how these things work, right, guys? So what do you think? Are you going to get hyped for this? Are you still going to go see it? People will. If you like the trailers, you'll see it anyway. Let's continue on with Paddington. Paddington 3 official title is announced with a new director helming the film. Yes, we knew that the guy who made the first two films isn't coming back with that writing team. So what's the title for Paddington 3? Paddington in Peru will be the third installment in this franchise with Dougal Wilson. Dougal? Not sure. Sorry, dude, if I mispronounced your name. Set to direct. Were you a fan of the first two Paddington movies? Paddington in Peru. Okay, so, yeah, this is being reported by The Hollywood Reporter. So let's take a look at some of the quote here from this guy who says, as a huge fan of the first two films, I am very excited, if not a little intimidated, to be continuing the story of Paddington. It's a massive responsibility, but all my efforts will be focused on making a third film that honors the love so many people have for this very little special bear. Wilson is taking over for Paddington director Paul King, who moved on to other projects. Okay, so Paddington in Peru. Are you looking forward to that? Let's take a look at who this Dougal Wilson is. Let's take a look at his IMDb credits. Paddington. Short videos. There's lots of short videos here, I see. Music videos. Coldplay music video. Okay, so he's done music videos and a lot of short videos. Does that set him up to be taking on a big project like Paddington 3? I don't know. Does that give you guys pause? Let's see if they got a release date for this Paddington movie. Paddington in Peru will be hitting theaters until sometime 2024. So sometime in 2024, the movie won't begin filming until 2023. So it's still a ways off, Paddington 3. But now we've got a director and we got a title, Paddington in Peru. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. We will talk about it. Spider-Man into the Spiderverse, Across the Spiderverse villain finally revealed. It's going to be the Spot. Okay. And it's going to be voiced by Jason Schwartzman. Jason Schwartzman, you may recognize him from projects like Marie Antoinette, Royal Tenenbaums. Yeah, you know who this dude is, right? And so he's going to be playing the Spot. Now let's see if I can blow that up a little bit. Okay, so we see Gwen here in the background. And from what I understand of this character, he's somebody who can traverse the Spider-Verse. He can go through the different multiverse kind of things. Okay, cool. So this is from the official Twitter handle, or Twitter account, that says, "Meet the Spot, Miles Morales' most formidable foe yet," voiced by Jason Schwartzman. See him in action, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, exclusively in movie theaters, June 2nd, 2023. So it's still a year away from us guys. But Schwartzman is the bad guy. Very interesting. The Spot. And if you guys are fans of this franchise, we know that June 2nd is going to be part 1. And then we have to wait another year for part 2. So, yeah, the Spot. Very interesting. And those powers, they look kind of ominous. Very, very ominous. I'm not familiar with this lore, so I'll be looking out for that for sure. And, yeah, Hourglass Viking says in the live chat, totally hyped for Buzz. People should get so worked up. It's a feel-good complimentary film, not an attempt to discredit comparative contemporaries that have so boldly gone before it. That's very interesting how you compartmentalized those C words. Complimentary, comparative, contemporaries. Yeah, compartmentalized is another one in there that's very difficult to pronounce sometimes. Those words just sometimes don't roll off the tongue. But what's up next? Okay, so we saw some Thor Love and Thunder character posters yesterday, and I guess they released a few more that we'll take a look at here. Thor Love and Thunder character posters features goats and Zeus. Now, this is just Taika Waititi's sense of humor, guys. Thor Love and Thunder goats. Yeah, this is not a poster that you will want to put on your wall, but he said that he would only put main characters on a poster. So I don't see how the goats, unless I'm missing something in the lore, or, yeah, okay, whatever. There's Gore, Christian Bale. I can't wait for him. We saw this one yesterday, Jane. That one I could put on my wall, for sure. Yeah, Natalie Portman. I'm really looking forward to her arc in Thor Love and Thunder. Oh, Korg. Did we see the one for Korg? Well, that's Taika Waititi's character. Thor. There he is. And I like that one quite a bit, actually. I like the colors. I like the color palette of the color schemes of these ones. There's Valkyrie. Yeah, that's very nice. And there's Zeus, played by Russell Crowe. And he kind of plays an oaf. And we saw that sort of in the teasers and trailers for this, when he tries to zap off Thor's clothes. He flicks them off. You flick too hard, damn it. So I think he plays that way because that's Taika Waititi's sense of humor. And I do think that Thor the God Butcher, Christian Bale's going to come in and dispatch. He's going to kill Zeus. And I think that'll be like what's going to establish him as the big bad guy. And I think we're going to get something special with him, guys, quite a bit. But those are some of the character posters that we saw yesterday. Just a little bit of expanded. And we had a little bit of some casting announcements there, too, from Taika Waititi. How he convinced Natalie Portman to return for Thor 4, which is always cool because, as I said, I think she's going to be a highlight in the show for me. She worked out, her shoulders look huge. It's really awesome. So how did he get her back? Because apparently she didn't want to come back. It was something that she kind of put behind her. So let's take a look at this big juicy quote. He just starts off by saying that he went to her house and stuff like that to meet with her personally. And he said to her, I want to do something fun, and came here, wanted to be part of this thing, and Natalie too. And I think that she was just wanting to make sure that, I don't even know how to say this, but her character in those first few films is probably not the most exciting version of the female character that we want from these films. I just had to talk to her about the fact that I wanted to change that character, just like we changed Thor's character for Ragnarok, and give her a bit more license to be adventurous and fun, because Natalie's a really fun person. That's cool. And sometimes these sorts of things they're not the main focus when they come up with characters and in films. No, why do you keep on saying I don't know, but that's probably just the way he talks. So he won her over by saying it's going to be a little bit more adventurous. You get to play with the character a little bit more. You get to have some fun. And we saw that in this scene here in the trailer, when they're seeing Thor get his clothes zapped off. Yeah, so it does look like it has that levity to it, and that's how he kind of won her back for this. And I can't wait for it, guys. Thor Love and Thunder comes out in theaters July 8th. Really, that's just around the corner. That's like 3 weeks away now, guys. Right? 4 weeks? 1, Friday, 2, 3. So 4 weeks. 4 weeks. 4 Fridays away from now. Yeah. Cool, man. Thor Love and Thunder. What do you guys think about those character posters and a bit of that casting news? Let me know in the comments, and we will talk about it. Scream 6 has changed its location, and this sort of broke yesterday, but we'll talk about it now. Scream 6 will see Ghostface wreak slasher havoc in New York City. Scream 6 will leave Woodsboro behind. Okay, so in favor of the Big Apple. I got no problem with that. They changed locations before. They went to a university campus in the second one. It wasn't in Woodsboro. If that was in Woodsboro, whatever. It wasn't the same kind of neighborhoods. They went to Hollywood in number 3. So, yeah. Going to New York, that's not a big thing. Not a big deal. So I'm guessing that Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera are going to go there to try to get away from it all. Let's see what they got here in this article. Scream franchise will be leaving Woodsboro. Yeah. According to Bloody Disgusting. Ghostface will take Manhattan. Cool. Is that a little nod to Jason Takes Manhattan? With the site confirming that various sources claiming that the franchise will shift to the Big Apple is indeed accurate. Okay, so it's confirmed by some other sites out there. Okay, so with the recent details, continues the 4 survivors of the Ghostface killings that leave Woodsboro behind and start a new, fresh chapter. Okay, while Woodsboro is almost an integral to the franchise. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say that. The Ghostface Killer is. This will not be the first time the horror franchise has moved away from the small town California town. Yeah, we know because they went to Hollywood. I mean, come on. Scream 6 will see Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mason Gooding return to their roles from Scream 5, which I like. It's from the same directors as Scream 5. So the only other things that we know is that Neve Campbell, that broke last week, is not going to be back for this one, and I've absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. No problem. She's earned it. She can say whatever she wants, use any excuse that she wants to not come back. It sounds like she just didn't like the way that the character was going, and wasn't going to get compensated fairly. But I have no problem with her coming back. But then we also know that Hayden Panettiere is coming back from Scream 4 as Kirby, and Courtney Cox is going to be back in this one. So, okay, so we got a few legacy characters coming back, and I think that'll be okay. Taking place in New York. What do you guys think? Scream 6 in the Big Apple comes out next March, I believe. March 31st, Scream 6, 2023. I'm happy that the turnout on these things is going to be fairly quick because they got to ride the momentum. Yeah, Scream 6. And from the early reports, is that it's going to be a very brutal ghost face. Very brutal ghost face. Scream 5 is pretty brutal too. Fairly gory. So that's good news. What do you think? One Punch Man. One Punch Man movie is going to be coming out. Sony Pictures taps Justin Lin to direct One Punch Man. Adaptation of manga classics. Scott Rosenberg and Jeff Pinker scripting. Now, I'm not familiar with One Punch Man, but let's see if they got a synopsis for us. Of course, we know that Justin Lin left the Fast 10 project, and people thought that he would easily find another project, but looks like it's going to be this One Punch Man for Sony Pictures. Let's take a look at, see if there's a synopsis here. One Punch Man follows the story of Saitama, a superhero who can defeat any opponent with a single punch, but seeks to find a worthy opponent after growing bored of a lack of challenges in his fight against evil. Think Mike Tyson. Saitama is the main character in One Punch Man. Okay, well that's cool, right? As long as they do justice to the source material, I think people will like it. Please let there be no Garo in it. I don't want to see my husband butchered. What? That was fast, and it's definitely furious. I don't know what that means, guys. Avi Arad likes to destroy franchises along with Scott Rosenberg and Jeff Pinkner to create a script that's something very different from the original work. Well, yeah, if they do that, it'll be like Dragon Ball Evolution, yeah. If they make something, if they take the source material and say, well, no, I have this other story that we're going to shoehorn in and we'll call it One Punch Man, but it's not really like that. Like, I think they did that. I think Rian Johnson did that with The Last Jedi. He had this story in his head, but he shoehorned it in to be a Star Wars movie. If they do something like that, they shoehorn another story in to be a One Punch Man story. It works sometimes, like in the Die Hard trilogy, the Die Hard movies, where they made another story into a Die Hard movie. But it doesn't work when you have source material that you can draw from, guys. Looking at you, Star Wars. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. By the sounds of it, hopefully they'll treat the material with some respect. Okay, that's a long-winded one. I'm not going to read that. Doesn't One Punch Man has a strong satire comedy in its DNA? Is Lin good for comedy? Is Justin Lin the dude who helped some classic episodes of Community able to handle comedy? Your ignorance is showing in your rush to troll. So I guess, well, I didn't know that he did things for Community. So he will be able to handle some of this, I think. We know that he can handle the action. Justin Lin here. One Punch Man. What do you guys think about that? One Punch Man Garo just surpassed Saitama in its best way. So I guess that's in the books. Garo. Yeah, and it's fairly popular, guys. So I guess Garo is what, the big bad guy? I don't know. I'm not familiar with this property, but Justin Lin I am familiar with, so I will be keeping my eye out for that, guys, when it comes out. Let me know. One Punch Man. Our Glass Viking says, loving Neve Campbell in Lincoln Lawyer. She deserves more to be more mainstream. She served her time in the Scream franchise. Yeah, I need to start watching the Lincoln Lawyer. If she's in it, then I'll probably give it a chance because, yeah, I got a sweet spot for Neve Campbell ever since The Craft, because that was my teenage years. Okay, what else came out? The Persuasion trailer for Netflix. Let's take a look at some of the screenshots here, guys. I'm not going to do a trailer reaction for this because it's a Netflix movie. It stars Dakota Johnson, and we saw that it's also going to have Henry Golding in it, and this is from the novel, Jane Austen novel. So, just for copyright reasons, guys, if you want to go and check it out, Dakota Johnson is going to be playing Madame Web in that Spider-Man villain spin-off movie. So, if you're familiar with the Persuasion story, it's that story in The Lake House with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, where they talk through the mailbox through time. That was her favorite book from Jane Austen. And this is going to be on Netflix July 15th, I believe. And I got to tell you this, the imagery, the production values in this was good. And the acting looked phenomenal. Costuming looked phenomenal. Dakota Johnson. I want to keep my eye on her because, as I said, she's going to be in that Madame Web movie. And I want to make sure her resume is tracking. But yeah, the costuming looks good. It's a love story, guys, between it's a love triangle of two guys kind of like dueling for her love. It looks like these two guys, Henry Golding and whoever this guy is. We'll take a look at the IMDb here in a few moments. But Henry Golding has that normal kind of like suave, debonair kind of thing going on. He's rich. He comes from money. So, yeah. The production values, as I said, look fairly good for Persuasion. And I'll be checking this out on Netflix. Yeah, she looks good. Costumings look good. July 15th, I believe it said, right? Persuasion. On Netflix. PG. July 15th. Yeah, so that's just around the corner. We may do a full live watch along. You never know. Sometimes I like to change it up every now and then. I need to do another full live watch along. We haven't done one in a while. Persuasion. Release. July 15th. 8 years after Anne Elliot was persuaded not to marry a dashing man of humble oranges, they meet again. Will she seize her second chance at true love? Well, yeah, of course. We know that she will. But Dakota Johnson actually looks like she's going to nail this role fairly good. Let's see if there's any other names here that jump out at me. Oh, yeah, Richard E. Grant is in this. And I just saw him on Downton Abbey, playing kind of a fool. Any other names here jump out at me? No. So, Richard E. Grant, Henry Golding, Dakota Johnson, and I guess this Cosmo Jarvis is going to be playing the other love interest. Cosmo Jarvis right there, this guy. Okay. Persuasion. Trailer, guys. What do you think? If you've seen it, let me know what you thought about it. Would you check it out? Is that your bag? Perhaps it's not, but we cover these things here. It's a new trailer out there. And just got to keep our eyes on it. Percy Jackson series. Percy Jackson creator reacts to early footage of the Disney Plus show. So the creator, Rick Riordan? Yeah. Praises the early footage of the Disney Plus TV adaptation. So guys, come on, he's the creator. Of course he's going to say that he likes it, but let's take a look at his quote here and see if it gives us any more insight from Riordan. A lot of my day then is sitting in a dark tent with other producers, watching the shots happen and giving feedback when needed, which honestly isn't very often. Good. The raw footage is amazing. even before any editing. While watching the filming, I'll have my laptop open to work on script revisions or check updates to the schedule or look at casting tapes for upcoming roles later on in the season. So he still has his handle on things here. He's got some inputs. This Rick Riordan. Is that him right there? Or is that the director? I don't know. Yeah, so it's got the guy from The Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds, and then we got some other two cast members there. I'm kind of looking forward to it, and then if that sounds like he's impressed, I mean, what else do you expect for him to say? But and it wouldn't be complete shots either, because it sounds like it's going to have some CG qualities to it. But if they're working on perhaps the volume, they'll be able to see some shots just like that. So cool. Percy Jackson series, guys. When does this come out? I'm going to make sure that it's probably next year sometimes, if they're just filming it now. I would suspect maybe fall next year is when this is slated to come out. Let's take a look to see here if it does give us a time, which it does not. Okay. But when it does, when we get a release date for this, yeah, if they're filming it, they don't have it on a timetable. With shows, they can leave that a little bit loose as to when it's going to come out. But Percy Jackson, guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. A few more stories that are not in the sidebar here, but are going to be in the description, guys, we got our first images. Well, they're not really the first images of Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Now, we know that Del Toro is making a Pinocchio, and then we also know that Tom Hanks is making a Pinocchio. We're going to get 2 Pinocchio movies this year, so let's take a look at some of these images. And this one looks like it's going to be kind of like that stop motion claymation kind of look. And this comes to us from Vanity Fair. Well, that looks good, guys. Geppetto. Yeah. So let's just scroll through some of these images. And that's something that we didn't get to see in the Pinocchio teaser, the Tom Hanks one. We didn't get to see Pinocchio that much. We saw him sitting on the table, but we didn't get to see him out moving. But Del Toro is going to have he has his signature look and feel to things. And there's Jiminy. Yeah. I'm looking forward to both versions, actually. The more Disney version is going to have the music in it. I don't suspect this version will have any music in it. It's just going to be more about him trying to become a real boy, right? And learning not to lie. Because you can see some of the other toys there. They look kind of menacing. But yeah, these first images from Pinocchio, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. What do you guys think about those? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. I think that's all we need to do from that story. Let's go over and take a look at the old Twitter roundup. Percy Jackson was promising action character. Series should draw out more depth and expand the universe. Looking forward to this interpretation, Hourglass Viking says. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope it's something that resonates with its fans. I don't know. I like the first movie, but I don't think the movies was a good medium for it. If it's a series like this one is going to be Percy Jackson, I think that it'll be better suited for that. All right, let's go over and take a look at the Twitter roundup for today and begin to round things up. Just refreshing the page to see if we got anything new happening here. Murray Bartlett, don't know who he is. He's got something coming out on Variety. Top Gun Maverick has made over $400 million at the domestic box office. Kudos. Great movie. Trailer for Only Murders in the Building Season 2 has been released. I wish I had that Hulu, but we don't have Hulu here. That's only in the United States, which is going to bum me out for when Predator comes out, but I'll find my copy, guys. I'll find a copy of Predator Prey. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. So, cool. And I like Selena Gomez. So, viewers have voted these movies as the most confusing movies of all time. Interesting. Number 1 being Tenet. I wouldn't call that the most confusing. It did have some dense material, but okay, so this is just kind of like of the big popular movies. If you want to see confusing movies, watch things like Annihilation, Naked Lunch, Videodrome, Eraserhead. You'll find some ones that'll be like, what's this about? Mulholland Drive, perhaps. The Lost Highway. Yeah, Tenet. I didn't find that very confusing. You just have to pay attention. I'm thinking of Ending Things. I don't know if I saw that one. Number 3 was Shutter Island. That was confusing? Really? What was confusing about that? I don't know why that's confusing, because it was fairly obvious about halfway through that he's one of the inmates there, and then the reveal at the end, I thought it was fantastic. I thought the reveal solved all the answers, and he was going to get lobotomized because it was the honorable thing to do. Or in his mind, he had worked it up to be the honorable thing to do, even though he played along to say that he wasn't cured. Donnie Darko, yeah, okay. Donnie Darko, I can understand because of the time travel stuff, the different kind of way that they portrayed that. But I liked it. Mulholland Drive, yeah. Did I say Mulholland Drive? That one's a little bit weird. Interstellar, I didn't find confusing at all. Nocturnal Animals, meh. The Shining. What was confusing about The Shining? It's straightforward. It's a haunted hotel that makes him go mad and try to kill his family. Arrival was confusing for people. No, that wasn't confusing at all. That was fairly straightforward. And that's slowly, I know how I have Denis Villeneuve, I have Enemy as my favorite movie from him, but Arrival, it's slowly coming to the number 1 spot for me because I rewatched it recently and it's a masterpiece. I like Enemy for sentimental reasons, but Arrival I think is probably his most masterful filmmaking. Yeah. Fight Club, confusing? No. Once you get the reveal in it, it's not very confusing at all. So I don't agree with that list at all. Let's take a look. Oh, they got a few more. Matrix wasn't very confusing. Memento. That one was. I would say that Memento was, but once you figure out the big twist at the end, because the way that it was told being told backwards. The story was told backwards, right? So the ending of the movie is actually the start of the movie. And the ending of the movie is actually the start. It's very weird how they do it. It's Christopher Nolan and Guy Pearce. Totally worth watching. It's Carrie-Anne Moss in it too, who's also in The Matrix. Very, very, very cool. And Joey Pantoliano is also in it, who's also in The Matrix. Inception. You guys, you're really harping on Christopher Nolan here because you got Tenet, Interstellar, Inception. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah, I could see that one being a little bit with the obelisk and the symbolism there. Yeah, I could see that one being a little bit confusing. My God, it's full of stars. Actually, that's 2010, right? Art Glass says, dude, I've never seen Fight Club. I know, right? Yeah, well, hey, yeah. And if you don't know the twist, I won't spoil it for you here, but Fight Club, David Fincher, definitely worth watching for sure. I only have it on VHS. If I get a Blu-ray copy, we might do a full watch along there. Jared Leto tells Amanda Seyfried he presented Elizabeth Holmes with a Woman of the Year award. Okay, what does Amanda Seyfried have to do with that? We stayed in touch after that and talked a few times, but my experience with her was always quite lovely. Not everyone is one thing. No one is one thing. What? Not everyone is one thing. No one is one thing. What are you talking about, Jared? Oh my God. New posters for The Gray Man. Okay. Well, we saw these before. The Gray Man comes out July 22nd with limited theatrical release in select theaters July 15th. Cool, good. Because from the trailers, this is a movie where it's like Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling facing off with each other. They're kind of like dueling spies facing off with each other. Regé John Page is in this. Jessica Henwick, who was in Matrix, the latest Matrix movie. She was good in that, right? Alfred Woodward and Danush. Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to that. And this one, we for sure will be doing a full live watch along July 22nd on Netflix when it comes out, for sure. Because it's made by the Russo brothers, who did Infinity War and Endgame, so I'll be looking forward to that. The Wendy Williams show is ending after 13 years. Bummer. Okay, Mother's Instinct with Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastain. We saw set footage of them the other day, too. New look at Stranger Things Volume 2. Cool. Cool, so there's the crew. Oh, you guys can't quite see right there. That's Sadie Sink. Right? Looks like Steve still hasn't found a shirt. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so there they are. They're going to have a moment. It looks like they're going to have some kind of a reckoning there because they like each other, right? And she's got the headphones on still. So she's still trying to thwart Vecna to not come and take her away. Brenner, 11. So they go back down, right? But eventually she leaves. We see that Brenner's got the scar on there from the Demogorgon attack. And I still think it's possible that he's got powers of some kind. There's Steve, Eddie. Yep. Looks like they're in some kind of a bus or motorhome of some kind, perhaps. So, but I think Eddie's going to get it. I think he's going to go out like a big hero, like a big boss. Some people think that Steve's going to bite the bullet in this one. Hopefully not. I just want to see I like when the crew comes together. First images for Stranger Things 4, Volume 2. Cool. First look at Murder Mystery, See How They Run. Saoirse Ronan, Sam Rockwell, and David Oyelowo. Cool. Adrian Brody's in this. Murder Mystery. I like a good murder mystery because Clue is one of my favorite murder mysteries. Other ones would be Knives Out, Glass Onion. Can't wait for that. Glass Onion is the name of Knives Out too. We broke that yesterday. We talked about that. There's Saoirse Ronan. God, we need more Saoirse. She's awesome. She's a great actress. I liked her in Brooklyn, and I liked her in The Host. I did like the Host movie. Bummer that series never went off. But it looks like she's playing some kind of a cop in this. It's a period piece. Sam Rockwell. Can't go wrong with him. He's always great. I hope he comes back as Justin Hammer in the MCU in some capacity. Saoirse Ronan, as I said, I can't give her enough praise. Oh, they do have a poster for Persuasion. Fairly basic, I would think. Yes. Trailer. Yeah, we knew that. Teen Wolf movie will reportedly be released on Paramount Plus in October, so it's not going to get a theatrical release. Well, we knew that it wrapped, so it's going to be on Paramount Plus. Luca Guadagnino's Challengers, starring Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Fast-Faced, will release in theaters August 11th. Well, can't go any bigger right now with Zendaya. Cool. What's this about? Challengers. Let me see if I can highlight this here and I'll take a look for it. Whoops. Not Teen Wolf. Challengers. Follows 3 players who knew each other when they were teenagers as they compete in a tennis tournament to be the world-famous Grand Slam winner and reignite old rivalries on the court. So it was about tennis. Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, Mike Faced. Cool. I'll keep my eye out for that one. Tom Cruise, Danny Ramirez on the set of Top Gun Maverick. There's that Lady Gaga story again, guys. It's just so bizarre that it's going to be a musical. You thought it would be a straightforward one. And as I said, I hope it doesn't divide the fan base. If it divides the fan base, that'll let me down. But just the mere fact that we once again get to see Joaquin Phoenix step into that role, which he won an Academy Award for, guys. And I trust Todd Phillips. I trust Todd Phillips to bring us through this one. I do. Quite a bit. All right, why is Henry Cavill's Superman trending here? Let's take a look at that. So probably just more praise. Probably just from Restore the Snyderverse people. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Restore the Snyderverse people are at it again. My hope is that Black Adam does well. I hope that Shazam, Fury of the Gods does well. And if they can bring back Henry Cavill to face off against The Rock, that would be awesome. That's what I want to see. And then they can go off. Don't make Man of Steel 2. Just make a Superman movie. Because I think they have to set down the Snyderverse. They have to move on, especially with what's going on with Ezra Miller, with Wonder Woman 1984 kind of underperforming, not living up to the results. I think they kind of have to let that die down. They can still use Gal Gadot, but re-envision it. Lady Gaga is in early talks to play Harley Quinn. Yes, guys, we know that. Every site's going to be talking about that today. It's Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. Lightyear, 88%. No, it's not. But that's with 40 reviews. What did we have on ours? 82% with 87 reviews. So that changed a little bit. 88 with 40. 82 with 87. Let's see. I'm going to reload this because people will be uploading their reviews throughout the day. It's going to change. That's why we're going to check it out tomorrow as well. Still 82%. Yeah, that'll update. But that's a little bit lower than I thought. It is. I have to admit that. Justin Chien and is going to lead the Netflix series The Brother's Son alongside Michelle Yeoh. Can't go bigger than Michelle Yeoh's name right now, because she's coming in hot off of Everything Everywhere All at Once. And there's the Thor Love and Thunder posters that we saw from yesterday. So that pretty much rounds us out, guys. Ezra Miller's starting to trend again. I didn't cover that Ezra Miller stuff with him kind of. Well, we did talk about it, but I don't want to keep on harping on it, because we know that he's got some serious issues. I will cover it if he gets found with this girl that he ran off with. And let's say he gets put in the slammer. He needs to be put in the slammer for like a year, get things sorted out. He's not able to take care of himself. RP Bearcat, what the heck is that? Jim Bearcat, Murray was an exceptional human being. Okay, so he was a player for the Calgary Flames. Bummer. That's not movie related, so I won't keep on that. But yeah, that's why I'm not covering the Ezra Miller saga as much as I probably should. But guys, that's pretty much the way that it's been. It's a 24-hour news cycle, guys. If I miss something, it'll always be up on the channel later on. And I'm going to try to do a lot more shorts this week. Not quite as many as I did last week. I'll do a short for Lady Gaga, because everybody's going to be talking about that one. And I think that's all I'll do for today for my shorts. Because I want to be able to still post stuff on the social media handles out there, on the TikToks and the Instagrams for you guys, for people to find the channel, right? That's like my net, my fishing net, my bait to drive people towards the channel, which is working. It is working. And we are seeing new faces in the chat every now and then. So I am thankful for you guys for joining me today. I think we will do a little bit of a jam session here today because I got a little bit of time. Even though we're running a little bit late as always, shows I always try to aim for the shows to be done within 40 minutes. But sometimes I just find something else that's interesting to talk about, movies and stuff like that. And well, the air is still fairly cool. It's going to get hot here this week again. Got to take advantage of it. And tomorrow, guys, Obi-Wan, episode 5. Full watch long. That's an electric song, but I still like to play the electric songs on my guitar, on my acoustic. Helps with the strumming. A lot of downstrokes on that one. Don't destroy. sick, I'm so goddamn tired of breaking. Yeah. Cool, man. All right, guys, that's 102. It's time for me to go get some breakfast. Starting to feel a little bit famished. Yes, tomorrow, guys, join us for more movie news, and we'll be doing the full live watch along for Obi-Wan Episode 5. I'm excited for it. If I missed anything, guys, don't worry. I'll catch up with it in the news cycle, and I'll see you tomorrow for more movie news. See you there.